Please do me a favor and don't talk about money in front of your Uber driver. Oh my god. I'm trying to calm myself down again because yet another passenger in Waikiki, of course, talking about money in front of me before I had to stop driving for the night because I will just never see the amount of money that they were talking about losing in the stock market that day. And they just brushed it off like, oh, I'll come back next week. And then just now I drove these two finance pros talking about how they're going to spend 3 mortgage payments and later on said $60,000 on a bet on the Lakers tonight. Do you know what $60,000 would do for me? Pay my rent for a year, give me a new car. I've spent so much money on this car. It still needs more in repairs than it's worth. I've put nearly 150,000 miles on this car, on this island in the last almost...
Stitch this video because I used to drive Uber, believe it or not. And I drove Lyft for 3 years in the beginning stages where the money was really, really, really good, right? And I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. I drove it in LA, so I drove around a lot of wealthy people. But what I never did was do what that lady is doing, because I understood very early on in my life that jealousy and envy is the barrier to success. What I will do when I would drive Lyft and Uber and I will carry people who are wealthy and talking about money in the back of the car, I will find a way to get into that conversation every single time and ask them, how did they become successful? I will pass out my business card every single time. I will talk to them. I will get excited about their life for them, like whatever they're accomplishing, because I knew that this world is abundant and my turn will come eventually. The moment you give envy and jealousy a chance in your heart and you do that, come online and cry about people who have money and how life is not fair, what you're doing is telling the universe, God, whatever you believe in, that this world is not abundant. And it is. It is. Whatever they have, you can have it too, and you will have it if you don't let jealousy and envy erode your soul. I could have easily shrink in the presence of those wealthy people, but I did not do that. I did not go ahead and come online and start crying. I didn't go home to my crappy room that I was sharing with like 5 people in the hood somewhere and cry about it. No, what I did was lean in. My ears would perk up. I would get excited. Oh my God, I can tell this person is wealthy. And I will ask them, what habits made you successful? I always do this. I say it to my mom all the time and my friends. I always say, I don't think I've ever experienced jealousy and envy. Maybe I have. I'm just weird and it settles into my body in a different way. Whenever I have that feeling of jealousy and envy, like, oh, this person has something that I want, so this person has a nicer car than me or a nicer house than me, all my brain is thinking is, oh, you want that too. Now you got to be friends with that person. Find a way to become friends with them. That's all my brain is thinking. Like, it never does what that lady's brain do. And you could have easily used that opportunity to learn, to grow, to be inspired, to ask questions, but instead you sat there seething in jealousy and envy and anger, enough for you to come online and cry about it. Do you understand? That's like literally insane. Like, I would never understand that. The thing about wealthy people, when I was driving Lyft and Uber for 3 years, that I learned is that they love to talk and they love to share. If it's about money and their finance bros and talking about money, they will give you all their secrets on a silver platter. I have never met a wealthy person that's generous, that's stingy with knowledge. They're very generous with knowledge. And so you could have used that moment. It's like, oh, you guys are finance pros. Oh my God, what do I do with, like, they would never judge you. They would just be excited to give you knowledge, especially men. They would love to mansplain things to you. What I know with certainty is that God will never, ever bless a jealous heart. Never. Okay? Because jealousy and envy is rooted in scarcity. You think they're winning and they're in the back of your car excited about the money that they just won and they just earned. Rightfully so. They worked hard for it. Okay? In the stock market, is a loss for you somehow. It's not. It has nothing to do with you, because your abundance is also here on earth, just like theirs is also here on earth. You just haven't tapped into yours yet. That's all. That's literally it. But he would never, that man upstairs, he would never bless an envious heart. Never. You have to get to a point where you're so happy for everyone around you. There are things that are lacking in my life that people around me have, but I will celebrate them so loud because my turn is coming. I know that. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Think of envy as energy. It can either propel you towards success or it can hold you back. Every time you get that little feeling, that little ping, we all get it. There's no one on earth who's impervious to jealousy and envy, myself included. I feel it all the time. I'm just lucky that I don't feel it in a negative way, because I think I have trained my brain that whenever I feel that feeling, I go, oh, my turn is coming. That's excited for them because my turn is coming. And obviously it's easier said than done. You practice until it's perfect in your brain. But I promise you, you have to get to a point where you're so happy for everyone around you, where you don't let it get to you, don't let it corrode your spirit, because an envious heart is just ugly. It's bitter, it's disgusting, and nobody wants to be around it. Okay, I'm sure they felt that energy from you. Here's what I know for certain. Success leaves clues everywhere you go. However, jealousy and envy blinds us to seeing them. When I was driving Lyft and Uber, I didn't look at people who are wealthy. Even there was a time where I was a wardrobe stylist to very wealthy celebrities, and I was literally eating from I would go to a church to collect food, and I would catch the bus to go help people fix their closet and look at their clothes and go, oh my God, I wish I had this. I wish I was this wealthy. But I always took it as, oh, so this is achievable. I never thought to myself, because they have all these nice clothes, then they're better than me. I go, I can have this one day. And now I do. I turned a whole two bedroom out of my place into a closet. I have a huge closet. I don't need anything. I should never buy clothes ever again in my life, right? And that was just, 6 years ago? It's possible. This lady, I'm going to say this to you. God has a plan for your life and he needs you to be ready. He's preparing something for you, but he would not hand it to you while you're doing that, because that's not attractive to him in any shape or form. Let go of envy, let go of jealousy, bask in gratitude. You driving those people to whatever they're going, and they're talking about how much money they have, tells you that that's achievable. That's exciting. Like, oh my God, people can have that kind of money. Wow. Like, I'm going to have that kind of money one day too. I'm going to leave you with this quote by Maya Angelou. I love this quote. So rest in peace. She says, when you see someone else living their dream, say thank you for the evidence that yours is coming. Say thank you for evidence that yours is coming. Gratitude truly is the antidote to envy and jealousy. There's always something to be thankful for. I say all that. Stay inspired, stay curious, and trust in him, and trust in the abundance that's already on the way for you, and celebrate people in your life that are winning, or even the strangers that are winning. Celebrate them because it adds more blessings to your life. I believe in you, and I pray you always believe in yourself. Stay fabulous.